Hi guys. So today I'll show you how I personally build Shopify websites. Basically, I'll walk you through the framework I've built, which is really simple, and make sure that your website initially is really effective and you have a good conversion rate before you start optimizing. All right. So quick overview. My framework is divided into 8 phases. Okay. Phase number one is to find your product. If you haven't, I'm not going to go through this phase in this video. If you want to know how to find a product, I created a video already. It's called How I Find 5K Plus Products to Sell Online. Even if your product is below $5,000, it would work for you. It's just better optimized for 5,000 plus product. Anyway, so we're going to start at phase two, which is the beginning of the real work build a website. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is learn about your product well. Okay, it's really important that before you start selling your product, you know as much information about your product as possible. Okay? So how do you learn about your product well? There's multiple ways you could do that. Basically, go online, try to find all the dealers, all the suppliers that sells your product. Go on and try to absorb as much information as you can. Write them down. Once that is done, depending on the complexity of your product, you might want to take like a short sales course or whatever. Like nothing too crazy, just to really know what you're talking about. Okay. So once that is done, what I personally do is I create a OneNote document in which I'm going to put all my information. So per phase. So here, let's say learn about your product well. If you go on supplier, so here are all the initials information I found about my product. Okay, so in my case, the product I'm selling, it's a standby generators for homes. So if you come here, you can see some facts about it, what's included, what's excluded, maintenance, what customer expect, why choose this product, the warranty information, other information. Also, it's like a two product thing. So same thing for the second product. I found information about the cross sells, upsells, information for the dealer, which is me. In my case, this product is expensive and kind of complex to be installed. So I have to bring in a contractor to help the person who purchases it. So I'll get all the information I need for the contractors. And yeah, so I get all of this information, a little bit of finance, like what's going to be my profit margin and so on and so on, the shipping price. So quickly, that's how you do it. This took me, I'd say a day. It took me a day. Like that's one of the longest tasks in there. Okay. Okay, so once that is done and you have a good idea of your product, the next step is to map out the customer journey. This will depend what kind of product you're selling, the complexity of it, but it's really important that you understand your customer journey so you can serve your customer better and follow up if necessary. In my case, it is because it's a high ticket item. So if I want to increase my closing rate, I'll have to really be aware of where the person that reached out to me is in his journey, really follow up accordingly. So this is pretty simple. You'll just go on ChatGPT, give him some information about your business, and once that is done, he's gonna give you the customer journey. It's not gonna be perfect. Like let's say it's gonna be 90% accurate, but it's a good start. Okay, so I'll just start there. We're not gonna overcomplicate things right now. We're just getting the information. All right, it's the paperwork. So let me just show you. So in my OneNote here you go. So ChatGPT gave me a pretty accurate customer journey. I reviewed it. Makes a lot of sense. Once that is done, you want to write it down. We're going to use it later. Okay. So that's it for the customer journey. Then you want to do the same thing for the seller's journey, which is you. Okay. You want to know what your journey is like as a seller of the product. And you go on, explain to ChatGPT what your business is, which it should know by this point. You just ask him to give you the seller's journey. So what they're going to do, it's going to be the same. So here you are. Me in my case, I don't install the generator, but usually people who sells the generator install it. So I have to really specify to ChatGPT that I'm just a seller, which as you can see here, this is my journey. All right. So these are going to give me good information of where I need to be heading. You're going to do the same thing for the contractor journey, okay? Which will vary. Some people might not have a third step, but in my case, as I said, I need to find contractors to help the customer install the thing because it's too complicated. So I went on and same thing. They gave me the contractor. So that's really important right here. All right, so once that is done, the next step will be to do a quick SEO research. Nothing too complex here. I'm not an SEO expert. I just want to know what my keywords are gonna. What's the average cost per click and the traffic that goes to these keywords. The maybe keyword difficulty. I don't really use it because I'm not gonna focus on SEO. But yeah, so how I do that? I just go on Ahrefs, okay, and I write down the name of the product. When you go below, they're gonna show you like the top term match, okay, the top keywords. So as as you can see here, they gave you the top 5. You also want to write the questions that people ask, okay? And that's it. So once that is done, just go write it down somewhere. You can find it. As you can see here, the main keywords, the block keywords, which are the questions that people are asking. Average CPC is 40 cents, and click per search is really high, which is 0.96, which means of the person that write this goal, how many of them actually clicks on stuff. So that's really cool right there. All right. So next step is to do quick market research for copywriter. So what do I mean by that? You want to find as much information that is relevant to a copywriter. Okay. So what I'll just do basically, okay, as I gave you a link to an easy SO with all the questions that you already need. You don't have to work your mind. So basically, we're gonna feed chat. The only thing you have to change is this here. Okay, you want to put your business information, and then you want to ask it, where are their current problems? What behaviors is my prospect doing as a result of these problems? What are the magic bullets to solve these problems? What are 5 to 7 things they should hear? And so on. I'm not gonna read them all here. You can look at them for yourself. They're all there in the document. So once that is done, okay, I'm gonna go on and write them down. Copy and paste what Chat gave you. All right, so as you can see here, these are all the information that they gave me. All right, so once that is done, the next step will be to gather the most important FAQ that's fine. The first step is really simple. You're gonna go on answerthepublic.com. Okay, it's a tool. You're gonna write your main keyword. Okay. Once you found your main keyword, you wrote it there. What they're going to give you is this. Okay. So what is this going to do for you? As you can see here, numbers, they're telling you like the amount of times these questions are asked straightly on the search engine or whatever. So what you want to do is those that have a number, you want to write them down, okay? You want to write them all down. As you can see here, there's not much. They're about 12, so I'll go on and write them down. All right, so there you go, okay? Once that is done, now we're going to look at the FAQ on my competitor's website and on the dealer's website. Okay, so I'll just do that quickly. All right, so since I have multiple products, I'm not going to write them all down. I'm just going to save the link of suppliers, FAQs. Okay, they have a lot. There's a lot. And we're not going to use them all. Okay, why? Because some of these questions are for later on in the customer journey. Once the person already have the generator, it's already installed, and so on and so on. So what I'll do for now is just simple. Copy and paste that. Go on, put this right there. So I always have access to the API. Okay, so the next step usually it's competitors analysis, which in that case I won't do. Why? I mean, I'm gonna do it later on, but I'm not gonna do it right now. Why? Because my business model is pretty simple for this product. Okay, I'm not gonna create some complicated marketing or whatever. What I'm mainly focusing on to get clients is the branded search. Okay, so I'll just focus on that, and I already have my information on that. But if, let's say, you have a product, it's your product, and you're trying to push your brand, like it's really important that you do a competitors analysis to identify the trends, the messaging strategies, the gaps in your competitors, their headlines, body copy, call to action, so on. But I won't do it in this. Okay, so the next step is to build a early customer profile / customer persona. So how I'll do that, pretty simple. Okay, not overcomplicated. So this right here, I gave you a prompt. Basically, I gave ways you can do it. Okay, you can go on but my personal tool and fill out the information. Okay, you're gonna see it's a pretty simple framework. Or you go on ChatGPT and already asked a lot of questions about your product and so on in ChatGPT. So it should know who's your customer persona for that. Okay, might not be perfect, but if you're doing this, you're already ahead of 90% of both rates. Okay, so once that is done, I went on here, added here. So as you can see, the age range, their location, home type, household and occupation, family status, and so goals and motivation, current problems, buying triggers, buying behaviors, and so on. So really important to gather all this information off. Okay, so now phase 3, we're going to move to the MVP copywriting phase for the landing page. Okay, so once that is done, the next step is to quickly create a brand story for our landing page. Okay, so how we'll do that is we're going to go in ChatGPT and we're going to tell them, without the information you know about my person and our business, can you go on and create a long form sales page following the brand story frame? Okay, so once that is done, they're going to give you something that looks like A. They're going to divide it by section, which is perfect, what we want. Okay, the plan, explanatory paragraph, social proof. So basically, that's the order we're going to want to build our landing page. Okay, it's going to be really important. Here, really cool. They gave me a simple copy and paste that I can put in a spreadsheet structure, which we're going to use. So yeah, that's it for the brand. All right. So once that is done, the story is now the next step is to fill out the LP information. So what we'll do, basically, we'll take all the information that we gathered in the previous phases, which I have right here. Okay, and we're gonna narrow them down by filling out the LP info sheet. Okay, that is right there. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go through each of these texts, and basically with the information we have, we're gonna try to narrow it down to what is the best information that we could put there for them. Okay, the best information, you could keep this simple, or in my case, as you've seen previously, did in-depth research about the product and the customer. So what I'll do, I'll just take the information that is the most important for them on each of these lines and just go on and fill it out. Okay, like this. Once we're gonna start building the landing page, it's gonna be way easier, and the copywriting in it is gonna be way better quality. Okay, so there's a lot of things to fill up here. Okay, it's gonna take me about like at least 30 minutes. So what I'll do, I'll fill them out, and then I'll come back later just to show you what it looks like. Okay, so as you can see here, I went on and inserted all the information as here. The things I wasn't 100% sure, I just went on and asked ChatGPT. He already has all the information about my business, so he was able to give me some pretty good information. So yeah, you just go on, fill this up. Once that is done, basically, the next step, we're going to create the MVP landing page. All right. Sorry, I meant MVP website. The landing page is going to come after. All right. So phase 4, I created a slideshow for you guys because it has quite a few steps. So I tried to make it as simple as possible. So yeah, the first step we're going to do is find a name. Okay. So you're going to go on ChatGPT. You're going to ask for name ideas. Once they generate names for you, you're going to take your favorite ideas and just check if they're already taken. What I mean by that, you just go on Google, you write down the name, and you'll see if there's websites or if it comes out anywhere, okay? Once you know, okay, it's not taken, look at the domain's availability on GoDaddy or whatever you want, but I use GoDaddy. And what I do, I just write, let's say, Kangen Supply, and then they're going to tell me if the .com is available or not. So yeah, try to aim for the .com, okay? Get a name that you can have the .com. Okay, so once you have found your name, the next step is we're going to create an email address, okay? Just a simple Gmail account with the name of your business at gmail.com, okay? If you don't know how to do that, just go on Google, the Gmail, and create an account. Okay, so once that is done, the next step, you're going to create a folder drive, okay? So what I mean by that, you're going to go in your Google Drive, okay? The email that you just created. And then you're going to create a folder with your business name. So in my case is Canada Generator Supply. And in that folder, you're going to create a second folder called Content folder, okay? In the Content folder, you're going to add 4 folders. One is going to be named Clips Raw, the other one Photo Raw, another one Logo Assets, and the other one Final, okay? Clip Raw is where you'll put a video you find online. So any videos, UGC or whatever you find about your product, you're just going to put them there. Same thing for the Photo Raw. Logo and Assets is basically where you're going to put your logos and everything brand related. And Final is where you're going to put the image that you're going to use that are optimized on your website. Okay. So for this, I'll just show you a quick example. So yeah, in my drive, I create a folder named Canada Generator Supply. You have content here, and in content, I'll just the folder. So I said one was going to be clips raw, then another one photos raw, okay, brand assets logo, final. All right, so that's it for that. If you don't know why we're creating this right now, it's for organization, and we're going to use all of these in not too long. Okay. So next step, we're gonna create branding. Okay, MVP brand. So what I mean by that, you're gonna find three colors. Okay, a primary one, a secondary one, and a third one. Then you're gonna select two fonts, okay? Your primary fonts and your secondary fonts. And after that, you're gonna create logos, okay? And your logos has to be 512 by 512 px minimum. So I'll do these steps with you guys. Okay, here, to keep it simple, what you can do is ask ChatGPT for colors that would fit with your brand, okay? What I did is exactly that. Basically, I asked ChatGPT because I plan to sell only in Canada, so I asked ChatGPT, hey, what's the Canada red color. Okay, so he went on and gave me the color I wanted. Here's the code. So, okay, I'm gonna settle with X. It's a FFF000. Okay, so once that is done, I just go on in my notes, write it down, like everything, by the way. The email is right there, the name I chose, the small name. So the primary color I will choose is white. Okay, the secondary one is a kind of gray, and the third one will be the Canada red that ChatGPT. Okay, for the fonts, same thing here. I didn't complicate myself. For the body, I went to enter, for subheading, enter medium, heading, and accent, enter bold, enter. Okay, so I got three simple color here. Okay. For the logo, the easiest way to do it would be to ask ChatGPT to generate a logo for you, and it has to be minimum 512 px by 512, okay, for Shopify. So this is the logo it generated for me. Okay, I like it. It's pretty simple. The only disadvantage with the logos from ChatGPT is that the quality is not too good, okay? Is it that important? Yes and no, okay? At first, you can use that. But eventually, what I'll do is just either outsource it, go on Fiverr or whatever, and ask them to make me a logo that looks a little bit like this, or I just do it myself in Canva, okay? So that's it for the logo. Okay, so the next pretty simple. You're gonna go on Shopify.com and you're gonna create an account. Okay, so once you have created your account, you're gonna go on and enter the. You're gonna go in settings, okay, and then you're gonna enter all the general informations. All right. So I put my email here. I put an address, and then I went on and put my region, which is Canada. The metrics we're gonna use for the weight. This is not really important right now. The time zone. I just leave it as is. You don't have to do nothing with order ID, order processing. Don't fulfill any of the orders line item automatically. Perfect. Yes, that's perfect. The meta fields, we won't touch that. The brand, store assets. We're gonna go on and add your logos. Okay. Once your logos are added, you're gonna add the colors. So just go on and the primary color, which I said earlier was white. Okay, contrasting color, which is the gray. Okay, perfect. I won't add cover images, slogan, or short description for now. So that's it for general information. I'll go on and save that. Okay, so the next step we're gonna do is we're gonna add the payment options. Okay, we're gonna add Shopify payments and PayPal. So just go here. Alright, so I'll click activate Shopify payments. Now they're going to ask you some questions. Okay, I do have a corporation, so I'll add this. Then they're going to ask you a bunch of information about your business. So just go on and fill that up, that and come back. Okay, so I went on and fill out all the information about my business and my personal information to be able to receive payment. It's gonna take maybe a day or so, okay, before you get accepted, or maybe they'll be like, oh, informations are not matching whatsoever, so you'll have to update it until they accept it. So yeah, that is done. Next step, I'm gonna add PayPal. Okay, so on and do come back. Okay, so PayPal has been added. For the payment capture method, just leave it as automatically at checkout, and yeah, you don't have to change nothing for the rest. Okay, so for the checkout page, just go on. Okay, we don't have a domain yet. Customer contact method. put email. Okay, this you can check this. This we don't need. Then customer information. Click require first and last name. Company name don't include. Address line optional. Shipping address, phone number required. Here are marketing options. What I like to do is enable email at least. So yeah, that's it for checkout. Okay, for shipping and delivery. Okay, basically for now, just delete what makes no sense to you and add what makes sense to you. All right. So what I mean by that, I'll provide free shipping. Okay. So knowing that I'll provide free shipping, the next information I need to know is how long is it gonna take. So it's between 10 and 14 days. All right. So what I'll just do, okay, shipping and deliveries. I'll go here. Okay, this is not important. Basically, it's that. Okay, I'll delete that. I'll delete that. I'll delete that. I'll keep that, and I'll just basically, it's free. Minimum price $1,000, let's say. Maximum price no limit. Okay. Standard 3 to 9 business days. Just right. Standard. Okay. I'll leave that like that. All right. I'll just double check 1 business days. Okay, that's it. So yeah, that's it for shipping and delivery. Okay, for taxes and duty, if your business is not making over 30,000 per year, you can leave it as is. Okay, you don't have to add taxes, at least in Canada. In my case, we will make more than 30,000. I'm pretty sure. So I'll just go on and add my information here. All right. Okay. So in notification, okay. Right now we won't do much. We'll come back to this later. But basically, just add the email you have right now. Okay. I wrote add branded email, but we didn't purchase the domain yet. So yeah, we'll come back to that later. For the markets, basically, if you sell in more than one country, you'll have to set them up. Okay, I'll show you where you need to do that. So right here in markets, I'm only going to sell in Canada, so I can leave it as is. But if you plan to sell in more than one place, you can add them right here. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, we're going to go on and purchase our domain. Okay, I like to purchase my domains on GoDaddy, but you can use whatever you want. So once you purchase your domain, next thing you're going to do, you're going to add it to your Shopify. Okay, so you're going to go in settings. Where is that? Domains. Yeah, could it be more clear? So you're going to come here and you're going to add it. So as you can see here, I already done it. So it's added here. It's perfect here. So yeah, that's it for the domain. Just add it right there. And while you're there, you should purchase your branded email. Once you purchase your branded email, go into settings, go through all of them, and see where you'd like to change your branded email for against the Gmail one you have. Okay? Next, you'll need to buy a phone number. I usually buy them from Grasshopper, and then I go back to Shopify and just update my setting. Okay, but I won't buy the phone right now. I'll wait until I'm done, just so I don't waste too much money for no reason. So once I'm ready to take calls and all that, I'll just add my phone. All right. So for now, that's it for the settings. Okay. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to move on to choosing a team. All right. When choosing a team, you have two main options really. Okay. The two options that I prefer. Option number one, you go in the team shop and select any free team you like. Okay. You just look at the teams and you choose the ones you like. Look at the reviews. Okay. Important. If you see there's bad reviews but it look good, don't take it. You're going to have problems. Option two, get a paid team. Okay. Why would you get a paid team when there's free ones? I'm not going to get too much into the details here, but the paid team have way more options. Okay, you can customize your website way better. The speed is often better. You need less apps, so everything is just better. All right, but it's expensive. Okay, depending on your budget, like a good team is around $600 Canadian. So yeah, you have to value if it's worth it for you. What you can do is start with a free team, and when you're ready, just move on and buy a paid team. Okay, so yeah, I'll just show you guys where you can do all that. So when you go to an online store, okay, you're gonna get here. If you scroll down, you can see here a popular free team. And if you want to explore more, you can just visit the team store. All right. And depending on what's your industry or whatsoever, you can click here to narrow down because there's like 900 themes here. So yeah, so just choose what you like and what goes with your budget, okay? And one thing, if you decide to go with a paid theme, don't just buy any theme, alright? Like write down what are the things that you would like on your landing page. Okay, I'll just go here. I'll show you quickly where the difference is. Okay, the difference is right here. Okay, the features are way different on the paid theme versus a free theme, okay? Let me just go on, let's say a free theme. Click on down. Look, there's twice as less features, and it does a difference, okay? That's it. Okay, so once you have chosen your team, the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna build a MVP homepage, all right? So what do I mean by that? We're not gonna go too crazy. We're just basically gonna build a hero section, meaning the first thing you see when you land on the menu page, we're gonna add images. Then below that, make sure you have your product collection, okay? In your header, make sure you add your logo, and then add one section per category, okay? That's just for the homepage. So I'll show you. Here, I went in my notes that I took earlier in my research, okay? Or you can ask ChatGPT. And I just selected a good heading, okay, that says what you're doing. So people need to know what you're doing within 5 seconds, all right? So power you can count on anywhere in Canada, generators, okay? I added a gray image, okay, that fit with my color palette. I decided to put my call to actions with red, okay, so I'm gonna use the red for the call to actions on my website. If not, everything's gonna be either black or gray or white. So yeah, so as you can see here, you have a gray section, and then new section, it's the product featured collection, white background, okay. Then another section, different color. Now it's talking about the home standby generator, okay, pretty simple. I just say what it is. Here, it's another type of products that we could sell on this website. Okay, I went on and added a second collection content. How can I say that? Content section that talks about the collection. All right. So yeah, that's it. Pretty simple. That's it for the homepage for now. All right. Anyways, we're not going to drive traffic there. It's just to say, look, there's a homepage, there's something on it. That's it for now. Okay, so next we're going to create the basic pages. All right, so how you do that, basically, just delete this. Okay, so you go in online store pages, all right, and then you create the pages that are missing, all right. These are default. Okay, so we already have the shop. Okay, we'll use the category page for the shop. About us, we don't have it, so we'll go on and create it. Not a view. About us. Okay. For now, we'll use the default page, but later on, we're going to go on and create templates for each of them. So no need that information. Okay, we'll just create the pages. So about us has been created. All right. Then we're going to create FAQ. All right. Then reviews and just make it visible. Alright, okay. Contact us, decontact us, shop, FAQ, about us, and review. Oops. Where's okay. Oops. Okay, sorry. Alright, so done. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna create templates for them. All right. If we don't do that, every time you'll change something on the one page, it's gonna change on all the other ones. Okay. So how you do that? You just go into your team, customize. Then up here, you're gonna see where's okay pages. Sorry, I'm getting tired. Create a template. So we're gonna name it FAQ based on default page. Okay. All right. So we're gonna create about us based on default page. We're going to come here, we're going to create reviews. Alright, so once that is done, you come back to pages and you assign them. Alright, so here, reviews, save, about us, save, AQ, save, category page, this we can leave as is, contact. So yeah, for the header page, once that is done, you're going to go into content, menus. You're going to go add them into main menus. All right. So just change that for actually that's like the shop. So I'll just change this one because I don't think we're going to sell this at first. We're going to focus on the home standby generators. So shop is there. Okay. About us. FAQ. Reviews. Contact us. Which is not there. Is it because it's Okay, so once that is done, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to put content into these pages. Okay, so we won't complicate ourselves here. Okay, so what I'll just do, I'll go on my Shopify store backend. Then let's say I click on About Us. What I'd like to have on my About Us page. Okay, so I'll keep it really simple. I'll add a hero section. Okay, one other thing I'd like to add also is a text. So, it's nice. I haven't seen these new things after the update. Nice. So I'll just put rich text. Okay, and then I'll go on ChatGPT. Can you create me? The reason why I can just say that is because I have a folder here just for Canada Generator Supply in which he knows all our information, okay? So at Canadian Supply, we believe no homes or businesses should ever be left in the dark. Okay, that's perfect to me. Boom. This. I'll hide that. Shop now. All products. Boom. Okay. What image am I gonna put there? Okay, for now I'll just move this or that. Okay. Yes, it's not perfect, but it's better than nothing. Okay, it's just for now. So once that is done, I'll go on the FAQ page. I'll add. There's a lot of new stuff. Okay, so I'll add a simple FAQ. Boom, 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 and then under that, I'll add a contact form and a little rich text. Okay, the rich so right here. All right. Any questions? Then I'll go on and ask. Okay. I'll remove the padding. Boom, boom. That's it. Any questions? I'll save that. Okay. Boom. Same thing as on the other page. Have questions. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Contact us today and we'll get back to you quickly. Okay. I also had another one, which text right here. Boom. All right, so that's it. Okay. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna create a tracking page. Okay, track my order page. So what I'll just do, I'll go on tracking more order tracking, install that. Then I'll go on and set up. Just follow the instruction. So yeah, just follow the instruction, install it, and you'll see it's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so I went on and followed the instruction. Okay, so basically, um, when you go on tracking more, you go to tracking page. Okay, you take the link that is right here, you copy that, you go into content, menus. In here, footer menu, I just went on and added that. Okay, so once that is done, okay, so next, you're gonna go in the footer. Okay, you're gonna add menus. So I added one menu, which is the menu, and I added one menu, which is the footer. So it's right there. So when you click on that, it brings you to this page. Okay, check my order. Pretty simple but effective. And anyways, all the page you see here,
we will work on them later on. Right now, it's just the MVP pages. All right. Okay, so next up, we're gonna do the policies. Okay, so if you go in the settings, policies, you're gonna go see here. We're gonna start with return and refund policy. Okay, so what I already have some templates ready for that. Okay, so we're gonna go on and start with privacy policy right here. Okay. No, privacy policy has already been done automatically by Shopify. We're gonna go on and do the return and refund. Okay, well, boom. Alright. So I'm just gonna go on, copy paste this and change the information to my information. Alright. 7 to 14 days. This, by the way, it shouldn't be a Gmail. Okay, it should be your branded email. I haven't purchased it yet, so I'll just come back later on and make sure everything is perfect. Okay, so this. All right. Okay. So next up, return around. We're gonna do terms of services. Permission. Okay. I'll just copy and paste all of that. Boom. Next, we're gonna do the shipping policy. Okay. This, I'll open a new window. Contact information. I'll just use that. Okay. Am I missing a page? Services, contact us. For the refund policy. Okay, so that's it for the policies. And what you want to do next is go into the menus, footer menus, and add them here. I don't know why this is here. Wait. Okay, this card. Okay, it just took some time to appear. So what I'll do, I'll just add them all. So privacy policy, terms of services, shipping policies, return and refund. Boom. So right now we have all of this social links. I don't need it for track my order. Contact us is there. Privacy policy terms. So that's it for that. Now if we go on our website, we scroll down to the footer. There, everything is here. So yeah, that's it.